2, Turtle with 7 guns, and it's time for Reverse Rebirth, aka Riku's story. Proud mode, because I'm a proud
trophies
player. I'm also just a proud player, alright?
Well, sure. But we have pride issues.
Yeah. I'm gonna freaking start... I never mind, I'm not gonna finish that sentence. I don't trust anything anymore.
Now that Kingdom Hearts 3 has been leaked, he's paranoid of anything or...
Don't even say its name! So, Riku's story,
Where am I?
is much shorter than Sora's story because there's substantially less story overall.
Who's there?
Yeah, there's basically just what's at the beginning and end of the worlds, and that's kind of it.
Yep.
But there's little bits of fluff here and there for some of the worlds, like this first one has a little bit, but it's nothing. It's nothing like what Sora had in the middle of his world. We're not gonna have any more everyone as goofies.
Yep. And we're not gonna have any. Yeah, we're not gonna have any sort of dialogue between any characters because that. Besides the main characters in the Kingdom Hearts world, the ones for Disney worlds, they don't exist for Riku.
As if I'm some kind of demon.
So.
Riku doesn't know what the Disney characters are. He can't remember them in the first place.
Yep. And unlike having a key to beginnings and then key to whatever and then key to whatever, you know, the 3 keys, he only has 2 keys, I believe. Should just be the key, the beginning key and then the end key. I think. I want to say. I could be wrong. He might just have 1 key.
What's this?
Yeah, I was thinking he might only have 1, but it has been a while since I played Riku's story.
Take it and your sleep.
He has a little bit different mechanics after this cutscene goes by. I'll go over them.
But know this.
And he also kind of goes through the levels backwards.
Will you still go?
But that's because he's climbing down
There is
Castle
no return
Oblivion
to
instead
the
of
security
climbing
of sleep.
up Castle Oblivion.
I mean, I think he's still technically climbing up. It's just he's starting from the way bottom.
If you go by Kingdom Hearts 2 logic, he's climbing it up upside down. Because the intro.
This seemed like a boring
But that
place
could
to
just
take
be a
nap
stylistic
anyway.
thing for all I know.
That was
Probably
very
is. I mean,
well said.
I don't even think that's exclusively Kingdom Hearts 2. I think that's just the first game that had it in its intro cutscene.
It's a very good intro cutscene. I like how Kingdom Hearts 2 recaps both games for the intro cutscene.
Not that it matters, because anyone that didn't play this game is still going to be hopelessly lost.
Yeah, no, really, it does nothing for anyone.
It's fan service, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it's what it is.
A door to the truth, huh?
So this is Hollow Bastione. Alright, so before we jump into the world, I guess I'll quickly explain his mechanics. I did the same thing over with Sora in the first world. So basically, we do not make any sort of decks at all. Every world has a set deck for Riku. So when you level up, you don't level up card points to level up your deck. Instead, what happens is you level
You want to just
up...
explain this when you go in the world, because there's no talking whatsoever.
Oh, that's true. There's no intro cutscene. I forgot about that. Man, I'm so used to it.
I caught you beginning a very long spiel and just...
That's wow. We were talking about how there's literally nothing, and I totally forgot. But where did I leave off on? Oh yeah, when you level up, you don't level up card points. I think he just reminisces on every world, and that's about it.
Yeah.
If anything. Oh, so this is Hollow Bastion. Oh, yuck. What you say is not real. It's the world of your memory. My memory. The things you remember from your time at Maleficent's castle became a card, and that card made this world. You've seen everything here before, haven't you? No. Oh, yeah.
I would assume so.
So what's going on now? Or so what now? Am I going to learn something? Maybe meet someone. You would meet the people in your memories. ordinarily. Chain of memories.
Dum-dum.
What does that mean? What does that mean? That's what I say about this entire series. Hey, I'm asking you a question! He's just yelling to the sky. Fine. But it had better be you I run across next. Voice. Maybe he's just going crazy.
Maybe he is.
Okay, so every time you level up with Riku... Okay, so there is 2 keys.
Yeah.
Every time you level up with him, you get card point... Or instead of getting card points, you can get dark points, which we'll get into. Or you can get attack up or the normal HP up. So... yeah.
HP is still useless.
It is. So, yay, we get to start this world as Riku. And you might be wondering, well, what about the enemy cards thing? Well, that also is just kind of randomly equipped. So we get the Defender here.
You get all of the boss ones that you can never get, though. So you're going to end up with a lot of those by the end.
Yep, and those ones stay with you forever. So, yeah, and of course we're going to be raising Riku's attack. And then we're going to get the darkness points up whenever we can. Basically, I don't think we can activate it yet, but there's a mode called Darkness Mode.
I don't think you can until you beat this world.
Yeah. And that just adds a whole new slew of what kind of gameplay Riku does. But for the most part, he is the button masher, as opposed to... He's like more so the combat button masher. His combat actually might be more... Actually, not might be. It will be more interesting than Sora's, more than likely. And he also does not have to reload his deck, like Sora. It's just always a flat...
Just have to go over that black card symbol and that's it.
Yep. And the unfortunate thing about... The most unfortunate thing, in my opinion, about having... Oh yeah, you have to auto-level up this because I can't get dark points yet. But the thing about Riku, too, is he... I forgot what I was saying. Shoot. Oh yeah, you can't rearrange his deck, too. So even though you have a set deck, you can look at the cards, but you can't rearrange them. So once you go to a world, a really smart thing to do, even though I didn't do it here, which I probably should have done, is you take a look at your deck, see where everything is placed, so then you have a good idea where things are. Because for the most part, every world is pretty straightforward and you can literally just mash. But there are some worlds that they will have all the low cards at the very beginning, and you basically have to go into the middle of the deck to get the cards that you want.
And there's some worlds that just straight up suck with the cards they give you, so good luck.
Looking at you, not Neverland.
Wonderland.
Wonderland. There we go.
That level's infamous for the cards they give you. The highest card they give you is a 5.
Yep.
And the common enemy there regularly attacks of 6s. Have fun.
So get used to also listening to Riku's voice lines, because they're much more prominent than Sora. And then...
Like it?
Yeah, like it! And then another thing... oh god, that just gave me flashbacks of some sort of dancing guy in water. So if you're wondering about slights, if you've never played this game, which, you know, if you haven't, don't blame anyone. Slights don't exist in the traditional sense. Like,
there's a few slights still, but it's toned down a lot.
Yeah, slights are much less convoluted, I guess, here. But they are they are definitely harder to pull off consistently, like a whole bunch consistently, because you can't make your deck to be all about this one slight.
Yeah.
He does have...
But we're not going to have Tornado Spam anymore, is what we're saying. Yeah,
and Riku does have some ridiculously strong slights. As a matter of fact, overall, even though Sora's is really, really one-dimensional once you get like the screen nukes and stuff, or Tornado or whatever, I still think, as a whole, overall, Riku's story is much easier because it is for the most part just spamming X and not much after that. Some battles require you to, you know, have a little more focus, but for the most part, not really. Also, I think as a whole, Riku's worlds are just like much smaller.
Yeah, like look at this.
I don't really care what I use either, too. Because unlike Sora's story, I don't think there's anything specific I have to get here. It's literally just like a run through his story mode, right?
Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, unlike Sora, where we finished the story at like, what, level 70 or whatever the hell it was?
We're probably gonna finish this around level 50.
Yeah. I would say this Riku story is probably the one where actually having or keeping some card rooms actually might be beneficial. Like Neverland, for example, I would want to use these cards to increase all my card values.
You said You said Neverland again. It's Wonderland.
Wonderland. Sorry. Yeah, Neverland isn't that bad.
Neverland is fine.
I actually only think, if I remember correctly, Wonderland... I think Wonderland and Monstro, the last time I played this game, were the only two worlds I had particular issues with. The rest were very straightforward.
I don't remember Monstro at all, but I do not doubt that it is a problem child. It's just...
So just like Sora's story, we're just going to go through every room, fight every Heartless. That's about it, but I'm not really worried about constantly getting big rooms, because I don't need any cards to grab. Very important.
Grinding's not that important yet anyway.
Yep. And the system hasn't been introduced yet, but I'll talk about it now. And that's the dueling system. I think you get it when you get the dark points. And you can go into dark mode, darkness, darky dark. Duel mode basically is if you use a matching value card against an enemy's card, like so if the enemy card pulls out an 8 and you pull out an 8, you will duel back the person, and basically that means you just have to get your card, you have to beat all of their cards in a certain amount of time, and there is an achievement locked behind that. Or a trophy,
so, you'll probably end up using it a fair bit anyway, just by accident.
Oh, trust me. Especially when I'm getting... It's one of those things where you're going to get it, no matter what, when you're going for 99. Like, I don't think there's any way I could avoid it. Because...
You would have to actually try.
Yeah, basically. So... Yeah, the dueling system's just that simple, and then once you beat them in the duel, you do a ludicrous amount of damage, basically.
And if you somehow fail, you end up getting paralyzed for a couple seconds.
Yep.
That's it.
Some worlds, I should say, rather, it actually is pretty easy to script. Like, Wonderland, yet again. Some bosses...
Actually, I'm pretty sure Wonderland duels aren't that bad.
Oh, maybe not. But there's some levels that do have some bad duels. I do know that. I don't know a lot.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But, so
maybe I'm
there's...
the boss.
Yeah, and there is that, but also the duel system, which is I think probably the main reason why I think Sora's or Riku's story is just a bit easier, is because if you use it against a boss, and you can abuse it to hell and back, and because of that, it can make basically any boss your bitch, more or less. Because you can just constantly duel them, because they'll have the same thing every time. I think it's always the same. So once you learn, once you get down which cards they're using or whatever, you just keep doing the same thing over and over again. They literally can't do anything.
Are you still able to make shortcuts?
I don't know. It's actually a good question.
That would make it a lot easier to do the duels for bosses.
Yeah, but I don't know what the bosses are offhand, but let's actually take a look. We can. Yeah, we can't move any of these. And here's our slights. We have none.
What slights?
So yeah, we can't do, or we can do it, but there's no reason to do it now. Wonderland definitely going to be useful. I think Monstro is the one where they have the cards in the middle, like all your good value ones in the middle. So once we go to every new world and take a look at our deck, that is when I will probably use the shortcuts. Because wherever the high rollers are, I'm just going to shove those up front.
Sure. Only makes sense.
Yep. I don't remember, but no, yeah, this is the case. Slights do work the same with as Sora in the sense of you always lose the first card, so it is something also to keep track of. You will get Pluto. We didn't show Pluto off yet in the main story, or in Sora's story, but once we go back and grind with him, I can grab it very easily by making a very small deck in like the first world, and then...
I'm honestly kind of baffled you never got him during that Marluxia fight.
I am too.
Take this.
Let's go. But yeah, you'll get Pluto cards, but I feel like I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure you are punished way harder with Riku if you just spam slights, because you will just never get those cards back. Also, I think as a whole, some of his bosses are a little easier than Sora's. Like, even though Sora's, again, we abused.
Oh yeah, like we broke Sora and held him back, but
yeah, but even like with it not having the ability to break it, like with Riku, I still think Riku has some really easy bosses.
yeah, sure.
Like I can't even think
Sure.
of one offhand that's particularly hard. I'm trying to think
At
of
least
one.
as far as I got through. So I don't remember having any trouble with any of his bosses, at least up to the point where I played through his story, because I didn't finish. I think I got close though. Wouldn't doubt if I got to Castle Oblivion.
But we're always in Castle Oblivion.
You know what I mean.
I don't.
Yeah, what does the
really-
defender do anyway?
I have no idea. If you want to look, by all means do.
Oh yeah, I have that. Still have that tab. I don't have to update it for once. It's really nice.
Yeah, you can just look at it for card stuff now, card information.
Yeah. Defender decreases damage taken from physical attacks.
That's kind of what I thought it was gonna do.
Yeah, and it only lasts a reload, so you already lost the effect.
Yeah, Riku's is really easy to lose those kind of effects.
That's why you get so many.
So weird, forcefully leveling up my HP. But don't worry, once we are able to get those darkness points, I don't think there's ever a point where I forcefully have to level up my HP. I don't think so. Not until the darkness points and stuff starts getting maxed out, at least, anyway.
Yeah, because like attack points, I think those stop coming in around like level 50, right?
think
Is that what you
so.
said before?
Yeah. I was really sad because on my other account, I'm trying to... I'll get that. I will platinum the game eventually. Maybe
Well, clearly.
Maybe while I'm waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3, I will. I'll just look on that one tab and then I'll not look up a guide for anything. Just... But yeah. This is just Riku's story, just smacking people. Once you beat the first world, at least, I feel like it gets a bit more interesting. You get a friend. Room clearing as a whole is just much quicker and easier.
Oh yeah.
I also do like the fact that we actually get to get our our damage of our weapon up. Unlike freaking Sora, where you had to make a deck based on that if you wanted to go full brute force.
I
Seriously.
had to look up the damage for every individual possible attack out of every Keyblade, and
Honestly, Sora's story, once you get by the end, is just... I know they want you to use slights, but I'm just like... At that point, I'm just like, please give me a freaking... what's it called? And I'm just like, please give me, like, damage ups. Like, just pure damage ups.
oh yeah.
I know this game is entirely based around, like, slights and stuff like that, but... I don't think they should have gotten rid of the damage thing. You can still do a lot of damage, but you have to like put it on cards and stuff, and it just feels like it takes forever unless you're using something like Mega Flare or Tornado. And it sucks, and I hate it.
And even then, it can still take a really long time.
Luckily for Riku, none of the enemies are particularly like way too healthy where you're begging for your HP back. Not even when you're grinding to level 99. Like, if you did a level 99 grind without using the little card trick that makes it a little bit quicker, which when we get to that point, I will explain it, because I'm willing to use that to hell and back in the last floor.
Oh, we get something to look forward to now.
It's not even like a cheap exploit or anything. It's just, it makes leveling much easier. In a nutshell, it's warp except you get experience.
Nice.
And it's Riku only. And it's completely luck. But it's completely luck based. That's the only difference. I think it's like heavy luck or high luck though, or like 50-50. You know, it's not something super low or whatever. So yeah, basically how Riku's story goes, he gets the key to the beginnings, then he gets the final key, the final key to fight the boss, and that's really every single world.
I think there's some worlds that don't even have that. I do think there's some that only have one key.
Yeah, this one might be an exception because it's World 1, so.
Yeah.
Should be all the enemies here. There might be like one down here. Actually,
You're gonna have to come back in this room after you open that door anyway, aren't you?
Unless it shoves me out or something. Woo!
Oh yeah, you're going to door beginnings. What do we get?
All of Riku's cutscenes here are super short too. Everything is just how I remember it, even this room. Most of it's just him reminiscing about all the like stuff he's been through. It must be nice being back in your old bedroom. Think of all the memories. Wait, why did he sleep in this room?
I mean, I guess there's the bed, but...
There is?
It's in front.
Sorry, but these memories I could do without. Maleficent gave me this room. Oh, I thought he was in the library. I didn't think he was actually in a bedroom. So she did. You lived here, tempted by the darkness she offered.
Did somebody say darkness?
You cast away your home, your friends, everything, but at least they give you a nice room. I'm just, every time I hear Maleficent, all I can think of is Unchained Key, back cross union, whatever.
Don't even get me started on that.
Oh my god, it's... Ugh. Man, was there an update this month? A story update this month for that?
I haven't seen one, but I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention. I'll go and look.
It's stupid, because... Okay, so by the time this video is out...
I muted all the channels that I follow for Kingdom Hearts because I'm scared.
So just so everyone knows, Kingdom Hearts 3
I'm not as scared as you are, but I'm still scared.
So I'm going to let everyone know that Kingdom Hearts 3, at this time of this recording, and by the time this is uploaded, it is not out. And the game was leaked, and we, especially me, are very scared about any sort of spoilers or anything of the game. But the mobile game has story updates all the time that are important to the plot of Kingdom Hearts as a whole. And they were very, very nice to make those like a once-a-month update, and the game leaked 2 months, basically, almost, before the game actually came out. So, I'm scared, man. I don't even want to look anything up. I guess I'm gonna have to skip out on whatever story is gonna be there, because I don't want to risk it. God, you have to feel sorry for like any sort of Kingdom Hearts community right now, specifically the moderators, because they have to. Oh, they have to deal with the spoilers. They have to deal with the spoilers.
That's gotta suck.
Honestly, if I was a part of a community like that,
I would quit being a moderator for a couple months.
I'd be like, look, give it to someone, give the moderation to people who don't care about the series as much as us, just so we don't get this like spoiled. You know, like I would be like, take the moderation away, temporarily give it to someone else until this is like done. I was actually thinking about that the other day. I'm like, God, this has to suck for all of like moderators and stuff to any sort of community, especially because they're being really strict to make sure nothing comes out. Like they don't want any sort of spoilers posted because they're actually being really good about it.
Of
Unless,
course.
so I feel really bad that they just have to just sit there and deal with it all. Though,
Oh, look, you got a Mingling Worlds right off the bat.
yeah, I did. Too bad none of these cards matter.
They really don't.
We
don't have Ripto Awards or any of that, so...
Yeah, if you want to check PSN Trophy, unless you're too scared to even search up such things.
Excuse me, I'm not too scared. I'll do it.
You don't have to if you don't want to. You don't have to if you don't
I'm already
want
on it. What do you want me to look for?
I was just gonna say, just take a look at what Riku's specific stuff is. I know he has like win certain amount of duels, get max level, you know.
Well, there's obviously
the basic stuff.
Riku's story on the different difficulties.
Yep.
Wait a minute, did you?
What?
You have to go back to Undertaker Woods. You missed the trophy.
What?
I thought you got them all, but it looks like you missed one because I'm on the Yogaidr thing for
What'd I
checking
miss?
this. You missed the B one. You didn't get it fast enough.
All right, guys, we gotta take a quick detour, really quick. Hold on. Where is this located?
There's a trophy called
Oh, I
B-Buster.
didn't. You're right.
So you missed it.
How did we not notice
You don't have to do
that?
it right away. How did either of us not notice that?
Yeah, that's what I said. How did we not notice that?
I don't know. But we'll just do it as soon as we finish Riku's story. Like, that'll be literally the first thing we do.
Yeah, I mean, we do have to go back anyways in Sora's story
Mm-hmm.
to get all the Moogle points, so... And there's some Heartless cards we have to get to, so...
Cards that aren't unlocked until you finish Sora's story, and a few that don't unlock until you finish Riku's story.
Yep. But it's okay, because they're completely pointless by that time.
Yeah. Yeah, then let's see, it's just clear different floors. That one's not terribly exciting. The reports.
That one's just... You get that normally, so...
Yeah, the report is basically Riku's version of Jimmy's journal.
Yeah, they need Darkness Report.
Somebody said the D word.
Darkness within darkness. We'll get to that.
Wait, did you? What the? You didn't get no escape either.
What?
You didn't get that?
It's alright, we
Oh.
got it, we'll do it here.
But you must have fled from a single battle that I am not aware of.
Yeah. I did unbeatable though. Or whatever.
I'm
Really?
pretty sure. Did you do undefeated? No, you didn't.
I
You don't
know.
have either.
I did do undefeated! Cause I saw me get that achievement. I saw it. I saw that with my own two eyes. See? Look it!
It
Undefeated.
is not on here. Maybe this needs to be updated. Hold on. I'm gonna have the Yogaidr one refresh. Just to be
I
absolutely
also
sure.
like how Riku's thing is there too. Riku's little portrait.
Like, I'm refreshing it right now.
I don't think... Oh wait, I got no escape too. See, right here.
Okay, so never mind, you're fine.
Ugh. I almost just had a heart attack.
Believe me, I understand.
I mean,
Okay, yeah, that updated a lot of these. Good.
I was gonna say anyways, I mean, it's not too bad if I miss those too, because honestly, for Riku, they're like... I'm not gonna want to run away from any battle anyways. So, the only difference is now I don't have to keep reloading a save if I die to a boss. Now
Yeah.
I can actually just press continue. Though, hopefully, you have to be as keen on this as possible. It might be hard with the delay though. You had to make sure I don't accidentally load game instinctually, because I did this a lot in my last playthrough. Even though I already had the achievement, or the trophies rather, I accidentally kept loading my save just because I was just so used to it at the time. Even though I didn't have to do it like a lot, I just was used to doing it. So yeah, you have to be careful about that. Just remind me if I die to a boss or something. Say don't load, just press continue or something like that.
Alright. It looks like the only thing that you have to worry about for Riku's story is 100 duels, and you're gonna get that one anyway.
Yeah, I figured that. I honestly figured most of the stuff is kind of tied to Sora's because he is the one with the RNG and everything. So too bad we're not going to see the duels or anything, because I don't think we're gonna see any of that stuff until the second world. I'm not even gonna force them to happen unless I'm against like a boss, probably. Because there's really
it just happens.
Yeah, it happens when I'm just spamming. I think it also reloads your deck too, if I'm not mistaken, when it happens. So like when you first start, or like when you initialize a duel with an enemy, I think it reloads your deck. So I could be wrong on that though. No, you have to reload it yourself. Actually, I take that back. Some enemies have some really small time or like windows of opportunities, and some of them just don't. I still don't know what the darkness point thing does. I think it's actually, if I remember correctly, leveling it up.
Just look it up.
Well, if you want, yeah. I was gonna say though, I think leveling it up can actually be a bad thing, if I remember correctly. Because I think it makes it so it's easier to get into the dark mode. I've never really gone into like depth about that, like just playing casually, because I just don't remember it.
It increases the amount of time that you're able to stay in dark mode.
Which sometimes that won't even... Actually, late game, that won't even matter that much. That's basically just like a card or two difference late game. But it's still worth getting that over HP. Especially because I'm already getting HP, so... You guys actually get to see me having a fair amount of HP for once.
Yay!
Well, that is until we get to Sora's grind, and then you're gonna see how large this HP bar actually gets. It gets deceivingly large. I think that's all the enemies here.
Alright, well... Oh, there's one more? Yeah? Okay, fine.
Ha! Ooh, yeah!
And we're only half an hour into this. A little over.
Yep, that's gonna be generally every single part.
And almost all of it has just been you being a big fan of the X button.
Yep.
That has been this video.
X button.
And like it, the game. That too.
Like it? Can we not say that, actually?
Well, get used to it.
I have to get used to it for 2 games in a row. It's the worst part. Like it? It's alright, guys. Maya Doctor's gonna be doing a level 1 run on the channel thing.
I don't even think you can do level 1 in this game.
Nah, I meant Kingdom Hearts 2.
You're the one doing Cage 2.
I know. It's okay. Doing level 1 run isn't a part of each... What if it was? What if it was a trophy?
Then a lot more people will do it.
It would have a really low collection rate, unless some people are
for sure.
Stupidly persistent.
Although I guess it would make it a little more consistent with Kingdom Hearts 1's trophies, with a lot of them being you have to play the game twice.
Yeah.
And I guess you technically don't have to play the game twice, you just have to be really good at the game.
Yep. No one here either. There's nothing but Heartless in this castle. I'm a Heartless. I don't have a heart. Voice! I'm going crazy! I know you're watching, so explain this. Where are the people from my memories? Do you want to see them? Of course I do. Like how the voice doesn't even say, you can call me by my name. But you cast them aside. What?
Yeah, well.
You dreamt of the outside world and you passed through the door to darkness. There are so many quotes like in this series that could be used to explain the series, and I love it. Behind you, you left family, friends, home, everything, all in pursuit of darkness.
But at least I gave you a nice room.
Too. Yeah, at least I gave you a nice room. And what do you have to show for it? First your home, then the dark. Your heart only knows how to cast away.
You're getting surprisingly emotional about this.
It's empty, like that room. So is your heart. darkness hard, like your memories. That's why you don't meet anyone. Your heart is hollow, except for the residual darkness. Oh god, this is getting so Kingdom Heartsy.
This is starting to hurt a little bit.
You're wrong. I rejected the darkness. Ha ha ha! Did you really now? This is the worst.
I like to imagine the voice isn't even there. Riku's just going insane. Oh, there's 3 cards this time? Okay, well, that's very rare.
Yep. This might... I guess it does, but like we said, I think it makes sense, given this is the first world. And I think the last... No, the last world actually shouldn't have any of this. Just making sure there's no Heartless around. Oh, one left. I actually thought of a boss that's actually kind of difficult, or can be. The final boss. It's still pretty easy, but I remember there are moments. There are times I think I've struggled a little bit.
I don't have any experience with the final boss, so I don't know.
One day you'll climb in this game.
Probably. Like 3 years after KH3 comes out. That was not intended to be that way, but okay. I'm going to run with it.
Like it. Like it! God. No more saying that to it.
Riku says it enough for both of us. And like you've been saying, it's not even exclusive to this game.
Okay. Debatably worse than the next game. But for different reasons. It's crazy how little damage these enemies do. I feel like if I was playing Sora's story, I would be taking substantially more damage.
Well, sure. Riku's first stage.
No, I meant even in like Sora's first stage. Because didn't I die to the first boss? Yeah, I did, because I had to restart.
Oh yeah, you did.
That's like one of the longer parts we have, I think, because of that. I didn't cut it.
I'm actually curious now. Like, I know nothing beats your last part, 13 and all that, but...
Ooh, 3.5 hours. I beat my own record there, guys. And that's probably gonna be my... Actually, that might not even be the longest video here. If we do the grinds in one video, those 100% will be the longest.
Yeah, part 1 was your longest part until part 12. And even then, it was only by 2 minutes.
So it was like an hour and 50-something minutes then, huh?
Hour 53.
Yeah. It sucks to think that not Kingdom Hearts 3. God damn it. It sucks to think that the longest part we have right now is 3.5 hours, and that's probably not even going to be the longest part.
I mean, if it's grinding, then whatever. Just split those up.
I don't even know if that's going to be worth it for Riku. Because literally, I'm just going to be going back and forth between one room the entire time. That's what I did last time.
Yeah, well...
No,
still.
it was... So, my bad, it was 3 rooms.
Another way you can say it, though, is like, you can just split it up, like, an hour and a half between 2 or 3 videos. Which I think would be a lot easier to digest.
It would be. You're right. And at least for Sora's, I could, like, grind a little, and then I can go do something else in another part. And then I can grind a little again, and then I could probably do something else in another part. You know what I mean? Like, I could actually spread it out like that. But as for Riku, no, he literally has nothing. And not only that, but I have to get that stupid fucking room achievement.
Oh yeah, synthesize 300 rooms.
Which is the stupidest because literally me playing freaking through both Sora and Riku's story and getting to level 99, I should, in theory, have that trophy by then. But no, no. You guys are gonna see, I'm gonna get level 99 with both of them, including going back and forth through Sora's, like, through a lot of Sora stuff for enemy cards and all that stuff. And you're gonna still see how I, for some reason, do not have that stupid trophy. That has to be the worst trophy in the game, because literally that is just synthesizing rooms for just to synthesize them.
At the very least, it should be really easy to do. Like, just go to the first floor and burn through all your cards.
Yeah, just go through the entire floor and just burn through them all. Luckily, I could start running from battles at that point too. So, because basically, you don't want to keep doing it back and forth between the same two rooms, and the reason why you don't want to do that is because they will start to penalize you, kind of, and they'll be asking for specific cards over and over again. Like, they'll be like, give us a 0 card, and it can only be a 0 card, and obviously at that point you're not going to have them. So if you just keep going, that's why eventually, instead of going back and forth through one room, or 2 rooms rather, between my save room and then the room I was getting experience on when I was getting Riku 99, I did 2 different rooms, like, so the card stuff would reset, basically. So, yeah. For Sora's, I'm probably going to split it up like that. Like, I'm probably going to be like, okay, this part, we're going to do this. This part, we're going to do this. Like, we're going to get the Moogle points in this. We're going to grind in this one part. The next part, we'll get the Moogle points after we get to a certain point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you have options.
Yeah. As for Riku's, I might try to do it all in one sitting. At least until I can't fathom it anymore. It'll take a long time.
Just do what I suggest. Like, go for an hour, maybe 90 minutes, and then stop. It's going to be a hard video to sit through anyway, but it's a lot easier to accept watching a 60-minute video than a 300-minute video.
Nobody's going to watch it. You gotta put it on in the background. Who would want to watch somebody going nuts pressing X? Oh god, I'm not even pressing X that entire time doing that. It's actually more pressing very specific triangles. Trust me, I did it for a long time. It's not fun. Sure.
That is literally useless right now.
Honestly, the friend cards are always kind of... Or not the friend cards, but like the friend room cards are honestly...
Oh yeah, but I mean, like, you have no friends right now, so it is literally useless.
Mm-hmm. I knew you would return, Riku.
Well, you sound like a dog.
Maleficent, you're alive. You haven't been paying attention. Oh, dude, she's alive. Trust me. By God, is she alive. I am the figment of your memory. Of all the people I could run into, it had to be you. You stupid witch. We're like, stupid bitch. Yuck. But of course, after all, your heart is steeped in darkness. Your mom is steeped in darkness. That's just Riku at this point. You can only see those who exist in that same darkness. I mean, to be fair, he actually has character development in this game, so, you know. No.
He doesn't even qualify as character development if he had so little in the first place?
Yes, he's like the only character in this entire series that gets fucking character development. Except for Roxas. Be grateful that you have someone to keep you company. Your heart is empty. Were it not for the darkness it contains, you would be completely alone. That's sounding pretty good right about now. Come now. You once turned to me to sate your hunger for darkness. Yeah, well, darkness is for the weak. This is when he stabs her. You want me here. Who but I can grant you the darkness you long for?
Oh no, that guy that tried to possess his body seemed to do a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he did possess his body, technically.
Yeah.
There was a time I did want you around. I surrendered my heart to the dark. But never again. You and your darkness have nothing to offer.
They offer darkness?
Why is he walking past her? Stab her. All I did was lose myself. Empty myself. I'm finished with all that. If I'm stuck seeing people like you, people of the dark, I'll take you out one by one, then stab her!
You have such a clean shot.
She's just standing there. Then you
I
must
don't think she would defend herself.
destroy yourself the last. No, she wouldn't have even seen it coming. For like me, you are one of the dark. That's fine with me. I've turned into darkness because my heart was weak. I hate that weakness. It's like I'm my own enemy. And seeing people like you embrace the darkness just makes it worse. Enough talk, Maleficent. I'm gonna stab you now. So you hate the darkness enough to fight it. Oh, the agony you must feel. But let me end your pain, Riku. End it forever.
This has been a surprisingly long
Wondrous
cutscene.
power of darkness!
And nothing happens this whole time. It's just Riku say, I don't want darkness. And Maleficent's like, but you want darkness.
And Riku's like, no, I don't.
Yeah, that's the whole scene.
So now, one of the harder bosses becomes easier. Oh yeah, I forgot to also mention. Cure. Yeah, we don't get that till the second world.
And even then, getting it is a bit of a stretch.
Yep, luck-based.
So I guess in that sense, it's a good thing you got all those HP ups.
Yep. I don't even know what that gimmick card did.
It puts that platform up, remember? It's the same thing as Sora Story.
Oh, yeah.
So you can get straight to the head without having to jump every time.
It's so... It's only worth it for Sora because you can use slides. What is it?
It still it saves a little time.
I guess it does stop you from getting burned here, too. If you let this happen.
Yeah.
I actually
You know,
wanna
it's
say
zero.
I do want to say there's another boss after this, but I could be wrong. Another cutscenes, for sure. But...
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not sure. It's always a gamble with Riku whether or not you're gonna get a boss.
Maleficent, what does this card even do?
What does it do? Let's find out. Maleficent
So I get to have it
Dragon
forever, too, so...
sacrifices reload speed to power up attack cards. That sounds really good for
That's
Riku
really
because
good
what's
for
your your reload speed will what reload speed?
I don't have a reload speed. Unless the cards, like, take forever to come... Alright, let's test it out. Aw, dude, this is already really good. I like it. It's for a lot of attacks, too. You can obviously tell this game is balanced around Sora.
Yeah. Although...
It does nothing for
Was
the
it?
reload speed. Nice. I don't even think Riku's story existed in the original game.
I'm pretty sure it did.
Oh yeah, it did, actually. I think you're right. I would tell you to double check, but don't. Don't trust it.
I don't trust it either.
I'm having a lot of trust issues lately, guys. Oh yeah, no Moogle points either. I guess, I don't know if you guys realize that.
Oh yeah?
They don't exist.
Moogle points is only Sora. Which means no Moogle shops or any of that.
Nope. Ooh, that would have been awful. Why do I have 3 saves? Oh, didn't I make a safety save somewhere?
And then you made a safety save for your safety save, yeah?
That's what I always do. I never overwrite the file that was beaten. Now we get...
Well, I hope you realize now you have to go out all the way to the 7 Sora saves and 13 Rikus.
Come on, I know you heard me. Every word I said to Maleficent.
The voice is talking
Darkness
to
is
you.
your weapon. It is time you learned you must.
I wonder if you
accept
guys know who the voice is.
What do you mean?
We already established it was
Stop
Goofy.
resisting.
Oh yeah, it's true. Goofy, why are you talking to Riku? What are you doing
You
here?
have no choice.
Wait a minute. That's
You
not
want to
Billy
serve me
Zane.
again.
The
I
biggest
thought it
sin
was
this
you.
game has.
And some.
Oh,
That isn't
you
Billy
don't seem
Zane.
surprised.
All you have been
What I would
talking
do
about
for
is the
Billy
darkness.
Zane. Why can't we have
I can
Billy
assume
Zane back?
You want to pull
Like,
me
the
back
replacement
in,
does fine,
so
it's
you can
just,
play
he's not
puppet
Billy
master.
Zane.
Clever boy.
One thing I'll give the
I knew
replacement
you'd be the
credit
one to most
for
appropriately serve.
is that he sounds a lot
now,
like the
surrender
other
to me
characters
again.
he's tied to.
Crazy. Not a
Like, he
chance.
sounds
True.
much closer. So that's good, I would say.
Did
So
you
I guess it was
really
easier to
think
do
you could
that
me
with him
harm?
being around for so
A
long.
weakling like
Suppose Billy
you
Zane
could
literally
defeat
only being Cage
Sora,
1.
and you had
Yep.
darkness on your side.
Yeah, and his voice acting it's solid. It's just
Yeah, it's just, it's not Billy Zane, that's all, that's all
Yeah.
there is to it. Like, we don't want you to think that the replacement's doing a bad job, he's not, it's just...
No, he's great. It's just he's not Billy Zane is the issue.
Bow to darkness. Bow to me.
Also, I love how his Heartless emblem is literally
That's
like
not
it
gonna-
What is up to
overlaps.
space?
It overlaps his outfit
Only
too.
the darkness can
You know,
offer to you.
Oh
Which
yeah.
I don't
all of the
understand why
strength
it does
you
that.
will need.
God, they better fix that in the third game. Next gen.
I like it that way, actually.
That
It
voice.
bugs me because I know it's supposed to be like on his
Your
body.
Majesty?
That's right. Remember,
Oh,
Riku,
also Mickey,
you're not
because
alone.
Disney game. Even though for Kingdom Hearts 1 it was like nearly impossible for them to get Mickey in it. He was supposed to be the main character!
Always find it
Sort of.
even in the deepest darkness.
Square Enix wanted him to be the main character, and Disney said no.
Disney would barely even let him be in the game.
Not today.
Disney was so upset about the idea that they tried to push on Donald Duck being the main character. I'm sure we mentioned that.
Yeah.
I think we both are in perfect agreement when we say that would have been the worst idea they could have ever gone with.
It would have been hilarious though. Imagine the story as it is, except Donald Duck is the main character!
It would basically just be DuckTales at that point, wouldn't it?
Kinda. You shall feel the darkness everywhere. Yeah, I thought this battle was here. Give me all you got. I'll give it right back. Also, another new mechanic. We have the counter of mechanic. Or, yeah, the counter mechanic. So basically, if you break it immediately afterwards like that, you'll do a super swift attack. Yeah, it's called Rapid Break. I'm not going to read those little things. It's easier to explain it probably. So this is just a mini tutorial about all this new stuff we're getting. So here's the duel. Just break all the cards. The best option, honestly, is to just spam. Unless some of the cards are really far out, just shortcut them and then duel and then immediately, what's it called?
Even then, it's usually better just to spam.
Yeah. Mostly because there's
What?
very little
Is that
time.
all you got?
It
Actually, I
seems
don't
to
know
me.
This is a proper
yourself.
battle. Here, have a card.
This is a card crafted from your memory.
The real question is this the real Ansem?
Creates, and so
Oh god.
you will understand.
I
Chasing
don't
after
think
light
so.
is not the way.
What has happened? Okay.
will not give you
I hope that didn't
just-
break it. I hope this isn't breaking the recording, guys.
I don't know. The screen share is really far
Don't worry,
behind.
I'm not running.
It's been since the start of that battle of
I'll enter
Thanos,
the
if you
world
can even
in
call it a
the
battle.
Was it lagging
If I
out?
haven't given in to the
It was,
darkness.
yeah, it lagged out for like 20 seconds, and
Then I
instead of
win.
catching up, it just stayed behind.
Hopefully that doesn't stay like that. Otherwise, I have
One more
no
gift.
idea how it's gonna fix itself. If this part is broken at the way end, guys, you know what's happened. I just saw like it on the other side, so yeah. Oh my god, it is so
What'd
behind.
you do?
You see what I mean now? It just never fixed.
Yet remains in your heart.
It's like 20 whole seconds behind.
To use it or not.
I actually kind of want to time this. Let's see. 1
I'll be
Mississippi,
waiting.
2
Riku.
Mississippi, 3
you to
Mississippi,
sense it.
4
And yield to
Mississippi,
the darkness
5
in your
Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi. It's like 7 seconds. Like,
Okay, so not even half what I thought, but still bad.
yeah, it's bad. I got
It
demon.
doesn't really matter at this point.
Now I can turn into darkness. I'm happy this happened at the way end. Luckily.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, good, you got the D mode.
And then just like Sora's story, we're just gonna be doing them in the worlds in the order. Though this time I don't know if it actually matters. It might.
What worlds did you get? I saw Traverse Town, and that was the only one I saw.
I think I want to say I got Agrabah too. I'll take a look after the cutscene.
It might be worth doing Agrabah first, just because, you know, Jafar. Jafar is always good.
Jafar is good, yeah.
What is going on here, Zach?
So now we get two
I
new
want an
people that we've never seen before.
Nice to see you too, Vex.
Except maybe like once in passing in
It's such a
Sora's story.
shame. The organization used to be the rope that bound us together.
So
You're only number 6. How
this
dare
is,
you?
you know what's sad? Organization 13 gets more like character development or character focus in this game than in 2 and in 358 Days over 2
Visitors
or whatever that stupid.
I'll give you 2, but definitely not Days.
in the castle's lowest
Days they fit.
That is literally Days' game.
One of them
Yeah, but they don't even go into detail about anything. They don't even
The
care.
witch is gone.
All you learn about is
Yeah.
Axel and
Darkness.
what's his name, Roxas.
If you
Well, of course they're the main focus.
They are, but you would
The
assume
main
that they
characters, of
would.
course, it's going to focus on them.
You would assume. At least I would assume they would actually
But I
talk
truly
more in
cannot
depth
say
about
much
the
beyond
organization
that, since
itself,
the
like get to
double
know
is
everyone
no
else
more.
better.
Other
But
visitors
nope,
saw to that.
not
They do
really.
a decent job at that. Like, I get where you're coming from. They don't do it as much as you might think,
I do
but
not know for sure.
I mean, I don't know who
But the
Lysaeus
scent
is. He's just a
is
guy.
very similar
for
to
all I
that
care.
of the superior.
And yet,
they don't even
not
really have a chance to go over the ones that
exactly
show up here in Castle Oblivion.
I know they leave.
They'll
like-
leave within 20 days.
My curiosity.
They leave so quickly.
Now,
Lysaeus literally just exists. He's just here. He says like 5 words and that's it. He's gonna deliver all of his lines right
See
here.
what develops.
See, 5 words. He's gonna say no more.
Something smells funny.
Oh god, here we go.
Oh, or back.
Oh,
I forgot we're in Riku's story.
oh
I
god,
smell the darkness.
here we go.
Darkness. Is
Oh
this
my god, I can't believe he realizes it this early.
I can't
Oh,
believe
I
this
thought it was near the end.
darkness even seeped into my skin.
What, the
Oh.
smelling
Don't
thing?
worry, Riku.
No,
Yeah.
that's just Riku's story in general. It's
I
not
knew-
even specifically Riku.
I knew he smelled it, but I didn't know he knew it was darkness so early.
Oh yeah, it's like everyone is like this in his story too. It's so weird.
God, he's got it. It's almost like a smelling fetish. It's very uncomforting.
It's like, and it's only Riku's story. Like, Sora doesn't happen at all. Why?
And it never comes back for any other game.
Send a bit of my power to
Like,
the
maybe it's just some funky translation. I don't know, but
for you.
Dude, I would love to know what the official translate or the real translation is, or the best translation, if it's
Just
wrong
because
at all.
darkness holds you, don't let
maybe
me
check the
lead you
GBA
on.
version because GBA version has some
You've got
differences
to
in
fight
the script.
darkness inside you.
Yeah, I want to know if they talk
It
about
won't be
smelling
easy to do,
darkness.
I know.
Like off the top of my head,
Don't forget.
Axel's famous "Gotta
Even
Memorize"
in the
line.
darkest darkness,
It isn't
there's
"Gotta
always
Memorize" in
a
GBA game.
little light.
They didn't finalize on that yet.
Within darkness.
What even was it in the GBA?
Com-
game?
committed to memory, which isn't nearly as catchy. I see why they changed it.
Inside the
Committed
door
to memory.
darkness.
Does he say that over and over again?
Yep.
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah, he
It will
does.
show you the way. Please don't give
It's
up.
not a
me-
catchphrase.
Believe in the light. That's a request.
He
from
made
my
a
heart.
catchphrase.
That is
Okay.
definitely not. It doesn't have a ring at all to it.
Trust me. I'll
He
try
doesn't
to find a
care.
way to reach you.
Commit to memory.
I promise.
Commit it to memory.
Committed to memory. Oh my god! Imagine if that was the like they finalized it at that. Committed to memory.
You're an illusion.
Hey Roxas. Committed to memory.
We shook hands in our hearts, remember? We're
My name's
connected.
Lee.
No, I would actually kind of love it if they kept it that way.
My name's Lee. Committed to memory. He's so stupid.
I only know that because I saw a GBA cutscene in passing, and that's what he was saying.
Committed to memory. Alright, well, we'll end the part here really quickly. We're just gonna quickly peruse over what
There you
worlds
go.
we're
Another
doing.
trophy.
And we get to see what world we're doing next. It looks almost like a gold trophy. That's a bronze trophy. Yeah, imagine this was a gold trophy.
You finished the first level of Riku story. Good job.
Dude,
Here you go.
they're like, whoa, you actually beat Sora's story? So Agrabah, so we're gonna be doing that first, because not only is it the first selectable, but it's here. There's
And
Traverse
Jafar.
Town, Neverland, and Monstro. So yeah.
Yeah, I would vote on Agrabah. All those.
I'll probably do. Well, I'm not gonna set as. I'm gonna do Agrabah first, and I'm just whatever's like next in the just normal order. I'm just gonna do that because that's what I usually do. That's what I did for Sora's story at least. So yeah,
Mostly, not entirely.
Yep. So hopefully this part isn't too broken. If it is, it's just the ending. So yeah, we will see you guys in the next part, where we do Agrabah, which honestly the next part is more than likely going to be shorter than this part. So yeah.
Yeah. So see y'all then. Bye.
Guys. See y'all next year. Literally. Goodbye.
You finally get to say it in a literal sense.